What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and the iPhone 7 has been out for several weeks now. I wanted to give you guys my genuine thoughts and opinions on this phone after a few weeks of usage, coming from someone that had an iPhone 6s Plus for an entire year. What's great about it? What's not so great? How does it compare to the older 6s in some ways? Is it worth the upgrade? Pretty much just wanted to give you guys my review from the heart of the iPhone 7. We've been following the rumors on this phone for so very long. It's very good to see it finally real and in my hands. So the design, as we know, stayed the same. That's one thing I was a little disappointed with, but Apple still didn't disappoint. They made little refinements to the design, which I really liked. So when I picked up this phone for the very first time and started using it, the number one thing that impressed me was how it made me feel. There's a lot of tactile feedback in areas where there never was before. Bring down the notification center and drop it, you'll feel a gentle taptic feedback. The actual taptic engine is twice as big now, so you certainly feel it more, but not only that, it's more responsive. So I'll actually hand my iPhone 7 to someone and tell them to spin this picker right here. It feels like a combination lock in your hand because the taptic engine is working with the new sounds and it feels amazing. I'm obsessed with spinning that thing. So if you were an older iPhone user like me and you migrate to the iPhone 7, you'll notice all of these little changes that make you feel like your phone is somewhat physical now. When you're pressing the screen, it almost feels like you're pressing something. Great example of this also is in your music library. Go and select the picker on the side and go up and down. You'll get a little tactile feedback. Second thing I noticed was the beautiful new color. So originally I planned to use the jet black. Instead, with time, my opinion changed to use a matte black. That's partly because it's so easily scratched, but also because it's impossible to keep clean. As you'll notice, any light fingerprints will leave stuff on it, whereas on the matte black, you really won't see much. So the two new colors are beautiful. One is, of course, more practical than the other, so that's why I decided to keep with the matte black. But the jet black has the advantage of being more grippy going forward, as the slippery metal surface on the matte black version is not as grippy. You'll still find most of the older colors on the iPhone 7 lineup, except for space gray, so farewell to you. Anyways, moving on to the design changes, the camera still does protrude and a little bit more this time. That means on a flat surface, it is a little bit uneven if you're going to be using it, which I don't really like, but it's not really that bad. Hopefully next year it will be flush, but hey, we can't have everything. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about the new home button. It is amazing. I cannot find myself using a regular home button anymore. It just feels weird. At first, it takes a little bit getting used to, and the iPhone certainly does trick you into thinking it's a physical button. In fact, did you guys know that it actually produces a sound that imitates a click? If you guys cover the speaker grill and then press the home button, you'll notice that it sounds way different, and I'll remove it and it'll sound like the actual click. So I think that's kind of funny. The imitation is so real. I honestly can't say I've noticed a huge improvement in the display. Now take a wild guess, which is the new iPhone? This is in direct sunlight with auto brightness on to take advantage of that slightly brighter display. If you guys chose the left, you are correct. And it is a little bit noticeable, just not as much as I thought. I mean, it's only 25% brighter, but the colors are supposedly better. I honestly just have not realized the difference. My eye doesn't pick up details like that, but I'm sure many other people will. It's certainly a beautiful display. Next, an honorable mention to the stereo speakers. Wow, they are amazing. I love playing music on my iPhone. The actual stereo speaker up in the earpiece is more of a tweeter than a second equal speaker like the one on the bottom, but man, it goes a long way. It's twice as loud. It is just amazing, especially in social settings with background noise. It's much easier to share videos and music with people. Now, I seriously cannot emphasize enough just how good the battery life is. I'm a heavy user of my phone, always browsing content and stuff like that, and I've never found myself in need to recharge the phone in the middle of the day. For my 6s Plus, sometimes I'd need to. When I went to the 7 Plus, never. From the 6s to 7, you're seeing an even bigger difference from the Plus models, so that's just incredible. Performance-wise, I'm honestly a little bit ashamed to say this, but I haven't noticed a difference in actually using the phone. I realize that this phone is the fastest phone on the market right now, but it just hasn't hit me yet. I mean, I really didn't need something with that processing power, but I'm sure the time will come, and it's really not a bad thing to have that power. It's just I've noticed in iOS 10, the optimization is pretty poor. On the iPhone 7, it's very, very quick. On the 7 Plus, I've noticed that my old 6s Plus launches things, has faster animations, and this is partly because of an optimization issue. I've mentioned this. iOS 10.1 will do wonders to fix this, so this shouldn't be an issue anymore, but But I'm just saying the optimization isn't fully cooked, not to mention the myriad of bugs and issues, resprings that I've had on my iPhone 7 Plus. So this is just one of many issues, things just being unresponsive, crashing, and I hate that. I hope with time it gets better, which it will, but if you guys are migrating from an older phone, you'll notice a huge downgrade in terms of usability and quality. It's seriously fantastic to have a phone that's water resistant. Apple says it's more of a splash proof, you shouldn't be using it in the water, but I can confidently say, and this is only for myself, I don't want you guys to go and use your phone in the water, but I've done so many tests with it in the water, and I'm very confident to say that I will continue using it in the pool without a case. I mean, light usage, not anything over 3 feet deep. Also, the durability itself is so good. I wasn't actually able to break the display in a drop test, so that to me says a lot. I mean, I still use mine with a case just for the grippy factor, but you don't really need to. The durability is great. I love the fact that Apple upped the capacity to 256 gigabytes. I can store my entire music library and confidently record as much 4K video as I want. And it's really great that Apple focuses so much on the wireless aspect of the iPhone. So they upped the max LTE speed to 450 megabit download speed. So as carriers catch up to that, it'll be great to have a future-proofed iPhone. Also, the 25 LTE band is a world record in a phone. And I think the iPhone 7 camera is just incredible. It's my favorite feature of this phone. With a decent gimbal, I think you can get footage that looks so good, like it came from a several $1,000 camera. So as long as you have the stabilization on point, the quality, oh man, it is just amazing. So sit back and watch this. I hope you guys enjoy it. So as you guys can see, the iPhone 7 camera is simply incredible. It can make any shot look better just because of that quality. So I think a gimbal is an absolute must, but It's just amazing. Anyways, another point I wanted to bring up was the 4 LED flash. I've noticed when filming with it in the dark, taking pictures, it's really nice to have. So a brighter flash is always welcome. But that's enough for the camera. I wanted to mention the iPhone 7's biggest flaw, and that's the lack of the headphone jack. Is it a flaw? Has it bothered me? In day-to-day life, not at all. I have not once needed it, except for when I was playing around with my laser. I realized I didn't have a jack anymore, but you can still activate it through the adapter that Apple gives you. So really not that big of a deal. Everybody's Bluetooth connected nowadays anyways. So to wrap this up, I wanted to say this is almost everything I could possibly want out of an iPhone. It ticks almost all of the boxes. It's just missing an organic LED display. It's got amazing stereo speakers, great battery life. It's the fastest phone on the market. It's got a stunning camera, water resistance, and it even has a Taptic engine that's just on another level. So all in all, the iPhone 7, buy it if you need it. It's a huge upgrade for anyone on an older iPhone. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed my review, and leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Peace.